Hey guys, Camp 15 back at it with another video for you guys. Another episode of Chainsaw Man, and this episode was it was cool, funny, and even just I was like, darn it, man, when you have it where Denji jumps into the abyss that is the Eternity Devil. I was just like, bruh, come on, keep going. And then episode ends, we get the ending. And I'm just like, damn it, I want more of this. I really am growing to like Chainsaw Man. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna end up start reading the manga after this season of Chainsaw Man is over with, but man, I'm really liking and enjoying what Chainsaw Man has to offer. Because this show has been absolutely killing it, and I enjoy it. I love it. This episode was very freaking interesting because last week we got left off on the cliffhanger of like, okay, it doesn't matter that they're going up and down the stairs, they end up running into each other. And we see how the episode starts off. It doesn't matter what they're doing. They're going up and down the stairs, they're checking the next floor, just, like making a whole scene, like, okay, is that working? They're going through the windows, and it just leads back around to the same floor they're on. And it's kind of, we get kind of these one episodes where it's like you see in those like horror movies where you see like these group of characters are stationed in one room and they can't escape from it, and you just see how they slowly but surely you lose their mental sanity to the point that they're so desperate to get out of the situation they are in, they're willing to kill one of their own if, say, a creature's like, give me this and I need it. They're willing to turn on each other. It definitely did give me that like horror vibe elements. But this episode was really freaking good. They again build upon this Aki and Himeno, relationship, this partnership that they have, which I think is a very close partnership between the two. If anything, it seems like maybe this relationship, it seems like Himeno apparently, maybe I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe she likes Aki more than just maybe a partner, a working partner, a working friend. But if anything, it seems like she definitely cares about Aki, because we find out another thing Aki's got in his arsenal is his sword. But the thing is, his sword takes like a good chunk of his like life off of him. And Himeno's like, you're not using that thing. And if we have to go to that approach, then we'll kill freaking Denji to get up out of here. Which is interesting. So it also makes the wonder, like, is Aki ever going to use this sword? And again, like I said, they go back to the flashbacks of Aki and Himeno, of the fact that, it's the whole thing in the, because Denji asks, like, Aki smokes too, like, what's the thing? And we find out that it was really Himeno that got him to start smoking. Now, I don't condone smoking. I don't smoke. I don't like smoking at all. But it was absolutely funny where you get this kind of this slice of life scene between the two where, she's like, here, why don't you smoke and everything? And he's like, nah, it's bad for your bones. And really, you can kind of see how the relationship between Aki and Himeno, their bond, their friendship, whatever you want to call it, it grew just based off of thing, because we kind of get a pretty interesting scene just from the standpoint, one of Aki or one of Himeno's old partners, since they died, like, his girlfriend came up and just slapped the shit out of her. I'm like, Jesus, was that necessary? And even Aki's like, wait, what the hell did she do that for? And pretty much Himeno's like, well, that was my former partner's girlfriend. And I typically get that with the job I'm doing. So, what happens, I deal with it. And then I liked how Aki stood up for her. And it's like, no, fuck this. That's not right. And he like goes to put like gum on her, and she appreciated that. And it was nice because it shows the bond that these two clearly care about each other. He cares about her. And she cares, definitely looks like she cares about him, maybe potentially more than just a partner. It looks like she may be like legitimately into the guy, which, hey, I don't blame him. Aki seems like a pretty cool dude, and everything. So we see how she gets very defensive about this whole, him using his sword, and everything. So it's the whole thing is she's probably taking that approach because she doesn't want to lose Aki, because let's be honest, it seems like they make a good match for each other and they're good partners, and she probably doesn't want to lose somebody that's had such a big impact on her life. So yeah, and then again, this Eternity Devil thing, it was interesting to find out that this Eternity Devil was just based off that little looking creature we saw last week, and it's just growing, and it grows based off the fear, and really it's the only thing is like, we just want Denji, we want Denji's heart, yada yada yada, just give us Denji and I'll let you guys go out free. And Denji makes the mention at the end of the episode, it's like, it seems like this guy's is afraid of the chainsaw. So yeah, it was an interesting episode. The funny banter between with Denji and Power with everything, absolutely hilarious. The two bumbling idiots, the one person and the one chick who's just losing her goddamn mind in this week's episode. Like, it doesn't, she was freaking out. Like, I'm like, bro, you're going a little bit too insane, bro. But her backstory was, her story was kind of emotional too. It's kind of, and it's also kind of effed up as well, because, you know, her parents pretty much forced her to be a devil hunter, or it's like, no, you have to be pretty much a prostitute. Either that, we need the money so we can send your older brother to college. And she's like, but I want to be the one to go to college too. And I'm like, I kind of felt bad for her. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, Jesus. Your parents show you absolutely no love if you're either gonna be a freaking, they're like, just imagine if this girl's parents said you gotta make the funds for your brother's college, and I'm like, what? That's messed up, bro. I was just like blown away. It was like, Ninja, that's kind of uncalled for. You didn't need to make the poor girl do that. And then it's like, either be a devil worker or you just end up being a prostitute for somebody. I'm like, that's fucked. But she was going from 0 to 100. She was willing. She was on this whole thing. She had her whole knife, and she was like, Denji, you better fucking die. And even the one guy was, you know, losing his mind, and then, you know, the fear just hits and everything, and the thing's just getting bigger. This episode was absolutely crazy, but it was also interesting, the fact that this Eternity Devil can, like, literally just keep things going on forever. But, you know, the one standout part of this episode is when when Aki protects Denji, because it looks like, oh, you know, Aki's gonna use the sword, but Himeno's trying to hold him back, and then obviously the girl and the dude's like, yes, kill Denji. But then we see how Aki ends up taking the wound for Denji, and he's like, listen, I may not like this guy. This guy's honestly a scumbag, but at least the one thing I have a job to do is watch out for this guy. And pretty much, I also see it as a way as Aki sees like some good in him. And pretty much he's like, listen, if there's anything we can do, if he can get us out of this situation, then frick, I'll take anything we can. And then we know the thing is, you know, he's after this gun devil, and he knows the best way to get to this gun devil is through Denji. So hey, even though he's calling him a sleazebag and he doesn't like him, it seems like Aki will definitely well as hell protect him if it's to get closer to the gun devil. So yeah, Denji jumps into the abyss. We're probably gonna see Eternity Devil versus Denji next week, and it's gonna be interesting. But another solid episode of Chainsaw Man. Again, I'm really freaking getting hooked on this. I liked it. It's funny because I remember, again, I've been saying this like the last few weeks. I remember when I would see the trailers and, you know, even the preview, I'm like, I don't know if I would get into Chainsaw Man. And then, you know, I watched one episode in, I'm like, okay, I like this. And the more I watch, I'm like, shit, this is actually pretty damn good. I'm loving this. So I'm hooked on Chainsaw Man. Again, if you watched my Bleach episode review late last night, I said Bleach by far out of all the animes definitely took the fucking week. Chainsaw Man was still good, but I'm sorry. What I saw from Bleach yesterday, it by far was the best episode of the anime for the week. I don't see anything that can top that unless something crazy happens. But another solid episode of Chainsaw Man. So yeah, but if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Chainsaw Man, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Chainsaw Man content or any other anime content I upload to the channel. Till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day. See you guys later. Peace.